Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I will detail the death of a 16-year-old. Larry McKay will grow up in South Central Los Angeles. He grew up with deep family ties in the streets, said his mom. Family of friends, his brother, his dad, they were all in the streets. He was the youngest of 3 boys, but his life was different from him, said his mom. She said he denounced the gang life and studied hard in school and prayed often in church. He even said on Facebook once, "Man, life is crazy nowadays. People dying, people killing, hoods going back and forth. It's not cool. That's somebody's loved one." I watched this video on YouTube called Why We Bang, and it just made me look at gangbang and life real different. But most crazy part is, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But once you start, you can't stop. But remember, you can always try to change. The video got me thinking, we're losing family every day, friends every day. But good night, Facebook. On July 17th, 2014, Larry was 9 blocks away from home the night he died, in the area of 51st and Normandy. LAPD said a gun was found near his body. It was not the murder weapon, but investigators still aren't sure if it played a role in the shooting somehow. It's unknown how he got here, but he ended up being shot in the driveway, pulling up 51st Street, with shell casings scattered across 40 feet. It's unknown if it was a drive-by or a walk-up shooting, police said. Police responded to a report of a shooting victim shortly after midnight and found Larry on the sidewalk unresponsive, said LAPD. He was pronounced dead at the scene at 12:18 a.m., said a coroner spokesman. Investigators are unsure whether a gunman was on feet or shot from a car, they said again. Larry's mom stated it was 10:15 p.m. She went into her room and she fell asleep. At 12:08 a.m., a person near the 1400 block of West 51st Street, near the Vermont Square area, called 911, reporting seeing a man down. People in the area heard an argument, then gunshots. There was a bright red stream of blood running from a single gunshot wound to his left temple on the street. He had scrapes and cuts on his head and his hand. It looked though as he'd been in a fight. While detectives were trying to find out who the teenager was, his mom was still sleeping. At 3 a.m., she woke up and noticed her son was not home. By 6 a.m., detectives knocked on her door, and she became another mother who lost her child in the area.
Maybe one of the hardest things Lakeisha Thomas has ever done, sharing her son's story for the first time.
He died July 17th,
Larry McKay was 16 years old.
2014.
How many shots did you hear?
Like 3-4 shots.
It was just before midnight when that first 911 call came in at 51st and Normandy.
It is unknown how he got here, but he ended up being shot right here where we're standing.
A driveway 9 blocks from the safety of his home and shell casings scattered across 40 feet.
It's unknown if it was a drive-by or a walk-up.
The night it happened, LAPD South Bureau criminal gang homicide detectives had their hands full. At least 3 people were killed in separate shootings that night alone, all of them gang-related. But Larry was no gang member, and this,
He was a good kid.
the killer probably never took into account.
I understand why this happened to my baby.
LAPD pointed us to Larry's Facebook post just 3 weeks before he was killed, denouncing gang life and telling friends, remember, you can always try to change.
He see it happen. He grew up in it.
A refusal to join up with what had become his family's epidemic, in the end, found its way to take his life.
Several years after his death, his family continued to fight for justice to find his killer. In 2017, they handed out flyers and began advertising the $50K reward to find his killers, hoping to get a lead, but nothing ever came from it.
Larry's family has taken a hands-on role in finding his killer, helping police promote a $50,000 reward for information. His grandmother says it helps the family cope.
You don't get over things like this. All you have left is memories, just pictures.
And these pictures have become some of their most precious. Baby London. His family says Larry didn't live to learn he was about to be a dad.
She makes me smile again. Even though it's not my son, but I see my son all in that baby.
For a mom whose baby boy was a daddy too, the heartache remains. Another lost life in South Los Angeles. John Kelly's Klimac, NBC4 News.
We've posted the number for tips on our NBC.
Larry was only 16 when he got his life cut short. RIP to him. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, hype, comment, and subscribe.